Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to install a dash camera into a 2014 Chevy Silverado work truck. We do about 6 of these a week. They're starting to get popular inside work trucks, so this is probably one of the hardest trucks to do it on. Chevrolet, for some odd reason, always manages to make things more difficult than they should. So with that being said, we'll be installing the AutoVox, and there's the number right there. C is for capacitor, because in Florida the temperatures get about 110 degrees, and if they have a battery in these, they will die. They will literally heat up, explode, and then you'll be buying another one. So the best thing to do, if you live in a hot southern state, buy one with a capacitor. They're cheap. They're about $50 on eBay. This is what they look like. I'll take it out for you. That's exactly what they look like. They mount right up here. Easy, flush. You can adjust the camera and all that. But you can go look up other videos from other people to review this particular camera. I'm just going to let you know this. When people review stuff, for some odd reason, they review them as if this was a $4 million camera. It's not. This is a $50 camera. It takes great video. It is $50, and should anything bad go, buy another one. Unplug it, put the card into it, and you're good to go. Or you can go listen to other people, buy a $300 dash cam, install it, and when it goes bad, shell out another $300. Great idea. Stick with this. Now get a 16 gig micro or macro. What is this one? This is a micro SD card. You'll plug right into here, and 16 gigs is more than enough from what we found in commercial and work trucks. You go anything higher than that, it's pointless. You're gonna have a harder time looking for the videos. You're gonna be saving a lot more videos, and it's just easier to get a 16 gig. We found this to be the perfect number because you're essentially just keeping this to record in the event of an accident. I don't live in Russia. I'm not going to record crazy drivers. So this is what we recommend, and it works great. Fantastic. Never had any issues with Lexar. Now, we do recommend you get a hardwire kit. You can get these kits for about $10 all day on any website. I recommend using Newegg or Tiger Direct, because those are good companies where you'll be guaranteed to get your product. Now this is a micro version for this particular camera. Don't buy this on Amazon. For some odd reason, every single time we purchased it on Amazon, they give you a fake tracking number, they charge your credit card, and you never get it. And then they say, oh, well, we shipped it, you should have got it, here's the tracking number. Well, the tracking number is fake. So buy it from a good website that'll put its name behind it. That way you can get your product on time and do the install. For the 2014 Silverado, you will be needing a torque. This is a T15, and you'll be using this to remove the hardware here from the visor, as well as from here, right here. There's 3 right behind this that I'm going to show you step by step what to do. You're going to need a knife. Pocket knife, any knife will do just fine. Basically, you're just going to stick the knife in there and just pop this off slowly. And I'll tell you whenever you got to use this, how you don't go slicing around all over stuff that you don't need to be slicing. I do recommend that you get yourself a good mat to kneel on. The ground's pretty hard, especially when you're working on the side of the truck. You will also be needing wire strippers, add a fuse kit. You may be needing a socket set. Sometimes people want you to install it on other sides. I don't know why, it's just a personal preference. But you'll definitely be needing this to unscrew one bolt to ground the wires to. So you'll be needing a socket set. Needing some extra fuses for this. You need a 12-volt detector. You can pick this up at the auto parts store for about maybe $10. And zip ties. That's it. So step one, what you got to do is you got to take the weather stripping off. Chevrolet, like I said, they make things overly complicated. But once you get the weather stripping off, you can pull off the electrical panel. This is the only year Chevrolet decided to pull this stunt, that you got to take the weather stripping off to take the electrical panel off. Don't ask me why. So once you have that off, you can come back around here and start taking these guys out. So this is a T15. It'll go right in there, and then you can just begin unscrewing. I'm going to stop the video for a second and restart when I get over here. Okay, so I just got done pulling the screw out. This is what it looks like. Don't lose it, put it in a safe spot. And this will not come out. If you do get it to come out, good luck getting it back in. It just basically just loosens up the headboard, so that way you can slide your wires through behind it. So now we're going to get over here. Step one, you got to take this little guy, slide it out like that. Now take that knife and you're going to approach right about here, and then you're going to twist and pull down like that. See? Comes off. Now you can just pull off the rest. Not a big deal. Slide that back, and then you'll find 3 more T15s. So let me take these out, and then we'll resume the video. Okay, so now we got the visor out. Once you take those 3 screws, it's going to fall down, so just be ready to catch it. Now I was noticing that there's already a wire in here, so whoever previously installed this, they already ran the wires through, and saved us a little bit of time when it's going to come looking for the fuse, but I'm going to still show you guys how to do that. So now comes the tricky part that everyone's afraid of. This is the pillar. There is an airbag behind this. It's right there. Just be careful. Don't pierce it, because then you won't have an airbag. But gently pull out in this direction. Not towards you. Pull out like directly towards the right, towards the passenger. As you pull out, you'll hear it coming out. And then you can actually look behind there, just make sure that everything's a-okay. And then one more little tug and it should just come right out. There we go. And we're out. That's it. You got to be careful when you do this, because you see that little clip right there? If you break that little plastic clip, you'll be buying another one of these. And I'll tell you this, GM charges $110 for these all day, every day, because they know people are going to screw this up. So once you got that off, you're going to come down here to your next step, which will be finding the fuse. Now, like I said, somebody already did the hard part for me, and they found the fuse here, but I'm going to show you step by step what you got to do to find that fuse. Step 1, take the key, put it in the ignition. Step 2, get your circuit tester, grab onto ground, there you go. And now what you're gonna do is, sorry about the shaking of the video, what you're gonna do is touch on the metal spots, and you will see if this thing lights up or not. You can see it's not lighting up at all, but see, we're gonna go here to this number 15 right there, and you can see it's not lighting up. Perfect. So that means that the truck is off, there's no power there. So now we're gonna take the key, we're gonna give it 1 turn to accessories. That's when the you'll hear the beeping, the chiming. And now if I come here and I touch that 15, look at that, it lights up. So it gets power and the vehicle turns on. So take that off, So we know that that's the fuse we gotta deal with. So we're gonna take this fuse out. Let me put it on pause for a second. Okay, so once you guys got the fuse out, you can see that they actually rigged it up in a way that they just wedged the wire in there, and then they were able to get power. I don't recommend doing that because this becomes unprotected, and you should always protect every piece of electricity so we don't burn up the wire, burn up your electrical box here. So you take the ATA fuse, and let's see, they gave me the wrong one. This is the wrong one. This is not for this truck, but we do have the right one, so we'll be using the correct. You need a mini ATA fuse. This would be for a 2006 Silverado. So you gave me the wrong one there. No worries. We got all the right parts. So what we'll be doing is just putting the ATA fuse here, and then we'll be putting two 15s back into the ATA fuse, and then we'll be taking this wire, which is from their backup camera. So we'll be taking that wire, and then we'll be taking the new 12-volt wire for the dash cam, and we'll be connecting them all right here and butting them in together. So with that being said, now I'm going to show you guys how to run the wire through this truck. So this is the tricky part. You have to run this wire through here without crisscrossing this airbag. Now when I pulled this off, I showed you guys you only got to take off that top clip. Some of you guys are going to try and be Macho Man, Randy Savage or something and pull off the bottom clip. Well, you pull off that bottom clip and that airbag right there is just going to drop out of there, and then you're going to have a real shitstorm on your hands. So just pull the top clip off. That's all the clearance you need, because all you got to do is just pull the airbag down just a hair, and then you can just toss the wire right over here, and it'll come out right over here. So just going to show you guys that. I'm going to wedge the little wire right here. There he goes. He's already there. See? That wasn't hard at all. Now when you run the wire back, always run it behind the airbag. Never run your wires in front of the airbag. You're only hurting yourself when you do stupid shit like that. And then you're just gonna run that wire straight back there. Probably gonna zip tie it here. And then we're gonna have a whole lot of extra wire that we're just gonna zip tie, maybe ball it up and keep it right here. So I'll show you guys after we're all through with that. So now to route the wire through the front and to where you need it, you're gonna pull this headliner down right here. Stick your fingers up there and just pull down a bit, and then you're going to see light, and then shove it through till it comes out on the other side. You see here it's come through on the other side. Just give it a little tug. Now we're off. So now you can go back through, pulling it till you get to the right length that you're desiring and where you want it. In that case, we're wanting to put it right about here. So that's about the right amount of cord. You can always take a little bit of extra and then just tuck it in back under here, in case you gotta shuffle some stuff around. So we just finished running the wire. Here it is. Chevrolet has a nice little peekaboo hole right here. That's where you want your wire to drop off, that way your camera plugs in right about there. And then just gonna take this and just push back on it. Don't smash it, you'll break that clip. $110, just remember that. So you can see cables are all running behind the airbag, and then we bundled them up right here, and we just stuff them in and push them in as far in as they will go, that way that they're definitely behind that airbag. We don't want this airbag going off and can't come down because of the cables or whatever. You know, we don't want to get stuck with that nonsense. So here's a hardwire kit. Zip tied it all here. Just left me with enough wire to work with what I got going on over here. So the ground's actually going to be grounded here. This is a great ground spot. You're on metal right here. So you're going to take a 13 mil with an elbow, and then you're going to just take it off right there. So let me just get back to you on that. Okay, so once you got the ground all hooked up and you've had your little atom mini, or my bad, that was a micro add a fuse. So get it all nice and closed up, and before you put the weather guard back on, make sure that your camera is getting power. So I'm just gonna plug it in. This is about where it's going to be going. This is where the owner has specified he wants it to go, even though I recommend about here. It doesn't matter. Turn it on. That's what you want. You want to make sure that those lights come on and that it turns on. Perfect. It's got power and all. So everything's all done. So now all you gotta do is just stick the wall mount. Oh man, that's annoying. Stick the wall mount. Stick the wall mount that comes with it. Here, it's got a 3M tape. I'm gonna stick it right there. Have plenty of space for it to slide on and off. Make sure you leave space to get the camera on and off of here, and you'll be rocking and rolling. This is what it looks like, 100% done. Got it nice mounted behind back there. Doesn't even really get in your way when you're driving. So that's what it looks like from the outside. Ha! Can't even see that it's there. It's perfect. You go, guys. Like I said, best of luck. It's easy. Don't let anything scare you. And if something does scare you, always just use Google. Just Google it. Best of luck.